Welcome back to my movie review series. Today, I'll be doing the review on the 2021 Netflix and Nickelodeon movie, and this one is The Loud House movie. The movie was released on August 20th, 2021. The movie is streaming on Netflix. Now, basically, what is the plot of it? This movie was set between the 4th and 5th seasons of the series. Lincoln Loud, the middle child and only son of Lynn Loud Sr. and Rita Loud, spends his time assisting his sisters Lori, Leanie, Luna, Luan, Lynn, Lucy, Lana, Lola and Lisa as they go about their day-to-day duties, whilst also teaching his youngest sister Lily how to cope with living in a large family. After a particularly successful day where the sisters all win awards, they celebrate at Lynn Sr.'s restaurant. Whilst there, the Loud sisters are praised by fans whilst Lincoln is pushed to the side and ignored, feeling that he is living in their shadow. He consults his friend Clyde McBride, who tells him about the time he learned his grandmother's side of the family was from Paris. Inspired, Lincoln asks his parents the same question and Lisa manages to trace Lynn Sr.'s heritage to Scotland. The Loud family then heads to Scotland for a week-long vacation on a hectic trip involving parachuting from a cargo hold, flying in a hot air balloon, and traveling in a submarine. Upon arriving in the Scottish town of Loch Cloud, a town filled with many oddities, the Loud family learns from a boy named Scott who Leanie falls in love with and Loch Cloud citizens that they are descendants of Scottish royalty. They are led to a castle ran by groundskeeper Angus and the disgruntled property caretaker Mark. Angus then shows the family a painting of their ancestors that bears a striking resemblance to themselves and reveals they ruled the town for many years before sailing away forever. Lincoln eventually learns from Angus that his own ancestral counterpart, the Duke of the family, was the most special member of the family, much to his delight. Wanting to become the new Duke of Loch Cloud, he partakes in many community service events to help restore the village to its former glory and eventually guilt-trips the rest of the family into moving to Scotland forever since the family no longer has to share one bathroom. A bad service call from Lori causes Bobby to think they are breaking up, as the Louds adjust to their discovery while experiencing the ghost of their descendant Lucille Loud, a baby dragon who grows very fast whenever she eats that they name Leela, and enjoying their time in the castle. Morag becomes frustrated with the family after living in the castle peacefully and quietly for many years. She then devises a plan like her ancestor Aggie to get the family to leave Loch Cloud forever by hypnotizing Leela with a magic gemstone known as the Dragonstone and the Royal Scepter. After the sisters begin to get attention in the village, Morag tricks Lincoln into riding Leela to try to get back his attention. While he rides the dragon, she uses the gemstone and scepter to hypnotize it into destroying the town so Lincoln could get blamed for the chaos. Feeling guilty for the damage, Lincoln asks the family to return home to Royal Woods. As the family leaves for home, Morag proceeds to make herself the new Duchess of the town much to the displeasure of villagers. In retaliation, she hypnotizes Leela again to cause more destruction to the village. Lucille tells the family of Morag's plan and what she's doing to the town. Now it's up to the Louds to stop Morag's rampage, rescue Leela, and save the day. The story is a bit of a mixed bag, and while there are some solid things about it like a good amount of heart and charm, some decently funny humor, a fun and action-packed climax, and a nice moral about what it takes to be truly special, the downsides to it are that the plot does have several plot holes and inconsistencies in terms of the history of the show as well as within the movie. It can be very predictable. There are some plot threads that don't really go anywhere, and while the inclusion of supernatural elements is kinda neat, it clashes with the more grounded tone and context of the show. And all the stuff with the dragons reminds me more of How to Train Your Dragon more than The Loud House. The movie does have some pretty solid humor, as while it's not laugh-out-loud funny, the jokes and comedic moments do manage to be decently funny and get some fair chuckles, like some of the banter, some of the gags and occasional slapstick, the dark humor, and some of the snarky comebacks and remarks. The movie does also have some nice heart to it, which does lead to some heartfelt and charming moments like Lincoln's arc throughout the movie of wanting to feel special, and his relationship with his family. Even though it can feel out of place, the climax is very fun and action-packed. The animation is pretty solid as it does stay true to the art style of the show, while also having some enhancements from it. The characters all still have their solid designs and pretty fluid movements. The backgrounds are very nicely done while having some more detail than usual, and there are some nice effects. But when they try to make some things look more three-dimensional, it can look pretty off. The characters are pretty decent, as even though they can be a bit one-note, they do manage to be decently likable and do have some nice chemistry, wit, dynamics, and growth, such as the returning characters from the show like Lincoln, Lori, Leanie, Luna, Luan, Lynn Jr., Lucy, Lana, Lola, Lisa, Lily, Rita, Lynn Sr., and Clyde. And some of the new characters exclusive to the film are pretty decent too, like the kind-hearted Angus and the ghostly Lucille. But there are a few weak characters in this too, like Bobby, who's only in the movie for a joke that has a weak payoff, and Morag, who's a pretty weak villain with a very weak motive. The voice acting is just as well done as it was in the show and does result in some great performances, such as Asher Bishop as Lincoln, Catherine Tabor as Lori, Lily Anamumi as Leanie, Nika Futterman as Luna, Christina Pusuli as Luan, Jessis DeSico as Lynn Jr. and Lucy, Greg Griffin as Lana, Lola, and Lily, Lar Jill Miller as Lisa, Jill Talley as Rita, Brain Stepanek as Lynn Sr., David Tennant as Angus, Michelle Gomez as Marike, Katie Townsend as Lucille, and more. The music and songs are mostly decent, as the score is very well composed and does capture the movie's comedic and heartfelt tone, while the songs are more of a mixed bag, as there are a couple that are pretty good, like Life is Better Loud, This Town is Named for You, and The Duchess I Will Be, but the rest are easily forgettable. Verdict: 7.5 out of 10. While it's not a great movie and it does feel more like an extended special episode of the series, this is a nice companion piece to the series. And that concludes today's episode of my movie review series. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell for notifications, and let me know in the comments below in which movie I'm going to do next. Enjoy your day.